communication. So this is kind of going into business etiquette, timeline. How do you create a timeline for your venture, for project management, etc.? They practice their elevator pitch. So this is really key on a number of levels. But why do you think the elevator pitch is key after, just intersperse this in with a 3-minute pitch?
Because it's fast and it gets to the point and they're like getting more people interested in. An elevator ride is like what, 15 seconds?
Yeah.
So
it's a standard I teach in my English class, and they actually time themselves in 37 seconds to pitch. They convince us of the definition of a word, but it's.
If you have an elevator, use it in your school.
We actually mimic it. They have to hit a button.
Yeah.
And they have to start going down while they give their pitch. It's really funny. The first couple times they do it, and then we move away from that because we did the cute part. But,
Right, but it's serious,
Yeah.
especially where we're moving, and with that summit, that networking lunch, they're going to be exposed to after demo day, they're going to be exposed to community leaders, and they're going to need to know how to present their pitch in a 30
Especially
seconds.
if they don't get picked for big demo day.
Exactly.
Then everything they're doing builds to that networking lunch and the breakout sessions and stuff where this unit becomes, you met mastery but you didn't get picked in unit 16, you better start working on unit 17 and have it destroy this unit, have a great business card, have a great elevator pitch, have a great web page.
Yeah, exactly.
You can still win even if you didn't get picked.
Right. Right.
That's if they're competitive, like our group is. That's the way you win, not by getting picked.
Yeah, and I think that's a really key distinction is letting these ideas it's not it is a competition, but it's also we're all helping each other to get the best idea and to get the best pitch out there and to be able to attract investors, business mentors, etc. So then business cards, we're talking about a lot of students don't understand business cards, so there's just a little quick blurb on that. They'll get to design their own business card. Web page, this is also another, I fight really hard for students to be able to make their own web page. We put in a resource, Weebly, it's a free resource, they can make a web page. They'll go in and check their domain with GoDaddy and see if anyone has that web page bookmark, but it is fantastic that they build their own webpage and that when they hit demo day that people have some place to land. We throw out the best practice for webpage design, but really we have them go research what websites do you like, what do you like about it, and then they talk about what needs to be on our webpage, what do our customers need to know about us, and that kind of thing. And so they're going to be extrapolating what they already know and putting it together. Weebly is really easy. It's not as great, but it's really easy to do on the fly. So I can.
We use Weebly at school, and
Every teacher has to have a Weebly.
We all have to have one, but it's super easy to just go in and drop things in and manipulate really quickly, and then post it.
Yeah, I can do it from my phone. So the next website's run on Weebly, so I can add things to it if I'm flying across the country and I need to add something. So that's why, but whatever resource tool, if they want to invest in a different tool or your school has access to different tools, you utilize those. These are just, resources. Then capitalization strategy, what money do they need to launch? Allies and partners is unit 18. So here we're talking about main objectives. Students will learn the power of people. Students will identify potential partners and how they might impact their venture. So this is kind of where I think Nate alluded to it with Courtney, but really this is about building mentors and people who can really help you and your venture. It's also talking through potential business partnerships that you can form. I know our group Solve Droughts from our pilot program teamed up with the sustainability department at ASU and kind of co-created some curriculum. So things like that, we're potential allies that can really get these ideas off the ground and maybe bring some clout that you as a high school student don't have. But why people are crucial for any startup? partnering with people, organizations can add recognition and credibility to any venture. So it's, I mean, even for us, being written into a grant with ASU, Cisco, and Silicon Valley Bank Foundation, being recognized by them as on the forefront of high school social entrepreneurship was huge. Like, that totally adds credibility to our program. We went through a process to make that happen, and it adds, you know, kind of that recognition. So who are those kinds of key partnerships that your students would need to kind of start establishing? We're not going to do the break. Key metrics. Main objectives for Unit 19. Ventures will learn a basic calculation to understand how much it costs to acquire one customer. Students will also identify what success looks like and write the newspaper article they would like written about their venture in 10 years. So what impact do they want to have, and what are they going to measure to get there? Unit 20, pitch prep. Main purpose is just to allow students ample time to perfect their slide deck and pitch and prepare for demo day. So this is like a built-in buffer unit, really, to help give the students that time together as a team to work on their pitch. Unit 21 is team and people. Main objective. Here again, like, if you don't get to this unit by demo day, this unit will not break you. And we try to kind of design it so some of these later units, these are kind of, you could come back after demo day, especially like you, Harold, like you can come back after demo day and go over this. It's not going to be a make or break moment for them. But the main objective is that students will learn the basics of managing their team, assign roles, and identify who they need to help them. So a lot of our teams are building apps, and they identify we need an app developer. So if it's before demo day, they can, you know, they know who to like how to make an ask. But then if it's not, like, they're gonna know that. 2 advisory boards and 3 mentors. So depending on the structure of the venture, the teams and people kind of change. You might need a board or you might need an advisory board. Depends on what they're doing.
I have a question. You know, when you watch those pitches, the kids will say, you know, we need a web designer.
Mhm.
We need can they say, you know, we know how to create our own website, or do they have to? You know what I mean? Do they have to say? We need a web designer when they can all create? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they only, so when you get to that ask slide, that's only for things they legitimately need. So maybe they don't need that. And maybe you put that in the team saying, we have a team of expert coders who can develop this this app. And, you know, like, so
our needs are only this.
So, yeah. So when you get to that ask slide, it's really what can the audience do to help that venture team? So
What are
maybe.
your top priorities?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get to that. But yeah, what are the top priorities to launch? And that's everything you're gonna start. They're gonna start like figuring out what are those components they need to launch. Sometimes that's money. Sometimes that's a partnership. Sometimes we really try to, like, one big thing too, try to encourage your students to do as much as possible with as little as possible. They all have access to amazing resources at your high school. So coding, for example, like at Phoenix Union, you guys have a coding academy. So if they need a coder, why not have them contact some of those students? Or however you can like get creative to solve those problems. I think high school lends itself to really like being nimble. They don't necessarily need a office space, right? They could maybe meet, you know, in your classroom or whatever. Like, so they can do a lot. And the reason being, the more money they take from other people, the more expectations there are. And we know countless startups that sink because they take money from the wrong people. And it's like you think that big deposit of cash is gonna like further your business, but it ends up actually tanking the business because you're now beholden to XYZ investor, XYZ grant manager. Like when we get into nonprofits, the key metrics for grants can really also kind of tank some nonprofits. You're not as nimble to be responsive and change. So that's why, like, really encouraging high school students to utilize the resources in their community. There's ASU has the Makerspace that's available to students for free. There's partnerships with CEI Gateway, like, so there's a lot of like ways that students can get creative to utilize resources without having to, they think they need money, right? But encouraging them to think through what resources can we utilize as high school students. So that's kind of leads us to Unit 22 perfectly, which is the roadmap and launch plan. So these are identifying steps they need to launch their venture, assigning tasks to people with deadlines, and like a Gantt chart is a great resource for this, or looking at different project management tools. Asana, they can get online and assign tasks to their team to accomplish goals. But I think it really goes back to identifying what do they really need to launch, and what does that roadmap look like, and what are the things that need to happen. So that's kind of advanced thinking in terms of how you teach that. So you kind of do, you guys know your students, you know their needs and what they can manage and handle. So we don't really prescribe anything. Also with our ventures, a number of them use really different tools to like accomplish these goals. But the key here is helping them identify what they need to launch and how they're going to get there. Does that make sense? Yeah, and then Unit 23 is just talking through next steps. Students will identify any competitions, grants, or summer camps they could attend. And students will understand the next program is here to support them. So we kind of go through ways they can be part of this network and continue to get support from next. But that's all of the units that we just flew through in less than an hour. So as you can see, like a lot of second semester honestly is like being willing to draw out, help the students identify what they already know about business, and then applying that, making it really accessible to high school students where they're at. And I think that's the key is we can get lost in a lot of, I mean, I want to call out each one of these units and each one of these workshops even that I just talked to, like those are like literally whole areas of study for some people. Marketing, even like just content marketing is huge and its own thing. And so we're asking students to take what experts are doing and put it all together. And so this is really not meant to be a big like MBA course, but really making accessible what students already know about business and applying that to creating a marketplace solution. So it's, yeah, don't get lost in like the concepts as much as helping students really pull out and draw out what they already know. Do you guys have any questions? All of these will be online, and definitely utilize the support from CSPOT for second semester. Like I said, be in contact with us in regards to what problems your students want to solve so that we can make the demo day amazing. We'll need your guys' support with that. Yeah, if there's no questions, then we are all done.